What's up, my friends? Rob Billy, Holistic Renegade here. And what does it mean to be centered? Centering yourself can be as frustrating as getting the advice, well, just relax, just take a breath. Well, just don't worry about it then. Saying, I'm going to center myself can be as frustrating as trying to figure out what the heck those things mean and not getting reactive to those things. We use a lot of fancy terms in yoga, but centeredness comes down to a scientific term called physiological coherence. And coherence is all about harmonious interplay between different systems. Coherence is correlation or working together of different systems, two systems that come together to make a more harmonious whole. Think about all the systems that are functioning within your body, all the cells, all the things inside your cells, all the organ systems to make this whole thing work. That is what we call being holistic. That is a whole on, a system comprised of smaller systems that is part of a bigger system. Coherence is when two systems are working together in an integrated whole. And if you're like, well, what the heck does that mean? Think about when you or someone you know has had too many drinks and they can't speak properly anymore. They're incoherent. That is incoherence. And coherence is the opposite of that, a flow. And that's what it feels like to be coherent. And coherence is actually, within the body, balance between the stress and relaxation responses in your nervous system. That's the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, and parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. And coherence is our ability to be in the middle of those two things. That allows us to be able to adapt to any situation that happens, response able to respond to anything that happens in your life, rather than rigid, which rigidity in the mind and emotions leads to rigidity in the body. Think about your stiff neck and shoulders, and reactive. Wish I didn't say that. So coming into coherence can have a huge impact on your life. Coming to that adaptability, responsibility, that calm amidst the chaos. I call taking a break to get into coherence, to literally center myself between stress and relaxation, a power break. It gets you into your power, into your ability to control yourself, your responses in any situation. It gets you into the eye of the storm so that you can, well, exist with the running, ranting, and raving 80-mile-an-hour life that's happening around you. And this is important, what we're about to do, because you're going to learn that your breath actually is the number one superpower that you have. It actually pulls you into coherence without having to do anything else, take any fancy pills. When you inhale, it stimulates that stress response. When you exhale, it stimulates that relaxation response. So just by evening out our inhales and exhales, we start to pull ourselves towards centeredness. And then the second thing is that by taking a 5 to 6 second breath, that actually creates the wavelength within the heart that is the signature of coherence. And what you may not know is that your heart is a biological oscillator. It's a system within the body that creates an electromagnetic field, just like the brain and your digestive system. And each one of those three places, heart, mind, guts, has neurites in them. Just like the brain has neurons, they are their own brain. And the craziest thing is that the heart sends more information to the brain than it receives. The heart creates the biggest electromagnetic field in the body, which interacts with all of your other biological oscillators. So when the heart is coherent, then so is the brain, because the heart pulls the brain and the digestive system into coherence. It's like a grandfather clock. If you have a room of them and you take the biggest one and you knock it out of rhythm, within a few days you'll come back, all the other ones will have synced to that grandfather clock's rhythm. It's called resonance. And the biggest biological oscillator in the body, the heart, the brain and the digestive system will entrain to that. Not only that, it actually affects the people around you. So coherence can actually impact, one, your own function, bring you into flow, calm, ease, peace, relaxation, but it can also affect every living thing around you. Think about how cool that is. So we're going to use this breath. We're going to use that 5 to 6 second rhythm, and that is it. And the final thing is just think about if you're breathing smooth and calm and deep in any situation, well, you're probably not running from a tiger, and your body knows that. So let's take a nice comfortable position, whether you're seated or you're going to lay down. Whether you're going to sit in Siddhasana like I am, or you're going to sit in any way that is comfortable for you. Meditation, breathwork is about being comfortable, not being austere and uncomfortable. And once you've got that position, I'm gonna have you shaking your hands for a second, blah, 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 make a face, and then stop. Set those hands down. I like to be a little bit silly before we start. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels right for you. We're gonna put those hands over the heart. We begin this practice here. Starting to just breathe a little bit longer, a little bit deeper than usual. Taking long, deep, and smooth inhales. And long, deep, and smooth exhales. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feeling free to set those hands down on your lap, by your sides. But still feeling that touch, that breath at the level of the heart. Even if it feels silly, imagining that you could breathe through that space, through the heart. And starting to draw that breath out. Maybe you can make that inhale 5 to 6 seconds. Maybe you can even make that exhale 5 to 6 seconds. Breathing in long and deep. Imagining you could feel that breath at the heart. Whatever that feels like to you. Breathing in. Maybe even starting to draw out those exhales, making them even longer. As long as you can, without force, without strain, without tension. Feeling almost as though that heart is filling up on every inhale. And with each exhale, whatever is happening in the mind is just softening, melting down into the heart, returning to its home, to its center in the heart. Taking just a few more of those long and deep breaths. Drawing out those inhales and exhales as long as you can. Still feeling that touch at the heart. And when you're ready, just release in that breath. Let that breath breathe you. Keeping that focus on that heart. Like you could breathe through that space. Noticing the sounds in the space around you. Sensations on your skin, that weight of your body. Quality of the air as you breathe it in. Feeling that breath still at the heart. Gently opening the eyes, sending that gaze into the space around you, seeing everything up and down, left and right, all at once, without focusing on any one thing. Still hearing the sounds, smelling the smells, noticing the taste in your mouth, feeling the sensations on your skin. Still breathing deeply through the heart, seeing how long you can carry this heart-focused breath with you throughout the day. Maybe you can come to this in a stressful situation throughout the day today and shift yourself in that moment. We call that resetting, getting back into your power in a moment of stress. Thanks for being here. Drop in my comments. Let me know how this worked for you, how you're going to implement it in your life today. And if you want to see more things like this, make sure you like, you subscribe, all that shenanigans, and have an awesome day. Bye.